What you say? Yeah. Thank you. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness, and could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help.
Progress is impossible without change, and those who can't change their minds can't change anything. You can't change what's going on around you until you start changing what's going on within you. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. In the words of George Bernard Shaw, your tango, Mahatma Gandhi.
If you can look as far as I see, within this great land we call TNT, there's birds and bees, rivers and seas, pretty woman bringing man to their knees. Treasures of this blessed land we always neglect like ISO and pan. I find it so strange the way we arrange. Still this nation don't know how to change. To some change it might just mean a new car. Change could mean less than $1. To most change have this nice scent we usually get from the government. You see, change is something we always say, but every time we change things remain the same way. Things keep getting worse and worse, so this is what I propose. Let's change the change for a better nation. Change the change for all foundations. Change the change so that we could say that this nation here came from quite down there. I say change the change within we school systems. Stop changing ministers and change what we teach them. Cause things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Is murders, killings galore, so much gunmen fighting meaningless war. Can't tell you stay, can't tell you go, cause this still the land we used to know. Homeless, every corner you meet, and they complimented by our dirty streets. Then we wonder why in our sister isle, why they don't like Trinis to come and spend time. Well, you see, change is much more than paving an old road, and change is greater than fixing a lamp pole. Change is about the whole nation and how we are portrayed when the party done. Who set these standards in my TNT? I really wish somebody here could tell me. It's just the same thing again and again, like we leaders don't use their brain. So change the change within our country. Change the change so the whole world could see. Change the change for a better future, so we don't have to depend on our next mayor. Say change the change within we society, otherwise we'll have a bandit factory. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness, and could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help our leaders to grow and start preparing youths for tomorrow. Don't see change as something timely, and start seeing change as your duty. To stop them from hurting one day is we had to point the way. So change the change for better. and see. Change for better economy. Change so no man one day go take we money and just fly away. I say for young Calypsonians, and stop saying culture is in good hands. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you say? Yeah. Thank you. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness and change could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help.
Progress.
I want to say good afternoon and welcome to all of you all that are locked on and listening to us on the Street 919 FM. For those of you all that are, locked on the mobile app. For those of you all that are looking at us on YouTube. For those of you all that are on Facebook. Pleasant good afternoon going out to you all. We are in the land of the living. From the time that you could hear my voice, it's an honor to be alive. The times that we're living in today, you never know when and how and what could be the reason, why we may no longer be here. So, just that we are alive today and we're in the land of the living is a good thing and a celebration, that I might say. So it's just about 14 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock here on the Street 919 FM. And today we have a lot of things that will be dealt with today. And we have a little couture as well, because I like to keep you all updated with every single thing that is happening in the nation. Everything that is happening in the nation, I like to keep you all updated. What is happening in the next couple months. We have a lot of things that is going to be taking place in the nation. And we need to be abreast as to what is happening, how it's happening, where, and all the things that happen around it. So I want to say good afternoon firstly to all of you all that are on the Facebook. I'm seeing you all, those are on the YouTube. The numbers are climbing in. That means you all are coming in, you're checking in, you realize the time, and you say, hey, it's time for we to turn our radios on or turn our live streams on. And I want you to get the accustomed to make sure and be on the live. Because there are things that you need to see that I may not be able to verbally tell, but I can definitely show you. So for those of you that are there, Janet Armstrong, good afternoon to you. Anne-Marie Gonzalez, good afternoone. Maria Lyons, how you do? Good afternoon to you. I want to say good afternoon to all of you that are on the YouTube as well. Tyrone Otis, good afternoon to you. Veronica Henry, good afternoon. Trevor, good afternoon to you. Yvette McKee, good afternoon. Rennie Lewis, Alana Gonzalez, and all of you all. Miss Dorset, good afternoon to you. Angie, good afternoon. Iliad Man, good afternoon. Chris, good afternoon to you as well. Mano, a pleasant good afternoon. Mommy, what's up? Good afternoon to you as well. And all the loyal listeners, all of you all that are there. Patty Couture. What's the next one name? Rasta, what troll brethren name? Yeah, all of you all that are on the inside. Rasta Jack, I think, is Jack Rasta Jack. I have to get the names right, I have to really get the names right. Good afternoon to you, Pam Gray, good afternoon. And everybody that contributes to the live, we say good afternoon. Martha, good afternoon to you. So I have some stuff that I want to play for you all this evening as well. Let me just put this on silent. All right, I have some stuff that I want to play for you all as well. And also, sometimes, you know, is when it is things hit home, is when it is that we sometimes realize or understand the severity, or probably, you know, the need for us to focus into a lot of different things. I got a call from a very close person today. In fact, today was the day of calls, and all kind of different news, and they told me about a relative that went missing. He left home for work, and she's actually near tears. Near tears.
Said I find the vehicle, but I'm not finding him.
And I just got word, and I'm relaying it to you as I found it. But there's a 32-year-old young man, Shaquem Charles. He went missing yesterday. Now, I've been in contact with the family and family member, and you know, they're distraught, because the fact that he is nowhere to be found is unlike him. It's not like him. And then what made it worse is just a couple minutes ago, Shaquem's car was found, and there was no signs of Shaquem. Just about approximately a little around 1 o'clock or so, Shaquem's car was found. Shaquem's car was found, but he's still nowhere to be found. Family members are trying to wrap their heads around what it is happening, what it is going on. But the Toyota Cross PEG 2166 was found, and he is still nowhere to be found. So I just want you all to, before I even carry on with the show today, anybody that is aware of where Shaquem may be, feel free to contact your nearest police station. Feel free to call me and all. And for those of you all that say, okay, Dale, we don't know what Shaquem look like, this is 32-year-old. For those of you all that are watching us on the YouTube, this is Shaquem Charles. He was last seen yesterday. He's from the Indian Walk, Moruga area. And if you have any information leading to finding Shaquem, it will be greatly appreciated. Any information at all. Even if for those of you all that are watching the live, screenshot his picture and share it around and say if anybody knows where he is. His vehicle was found. That is the Toyota Cross, the Toyota Yaris Cross PEG 2166. His vehicle was found. But he is still at large, at large. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going on. And anybody that can help and can assist, please do. And the information that we have is that he was a ride-share driver as well. So he would have done ride-share. Would have done ride-sharing. And I'm not sure what took place, what happened from there. All right. I was going to try to bring the family member online with us just for a few minutes, just to describe, you know, in terms of if it is that he was on a ride share, what took place, or whatever the case may be. And I really hope that if it is he was on a ride share, that these ride share companies would assist the family and the police in his safe return. All right. So again, this is Shakim Charles. And he has been missing yesterday, since yesterday. The 24 hours is now past. You know, normally they say it's a reporter thing, had to be 24 hours. Right? So, his vehicle was found in Valencia. So, anybody with information, please, you know, get in contact either with the Hunter Search and Rescue Team, get in contact with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Yeah, we need to find Shakim. So, I just got the update there, and just to give you all the proper thing. All right. I really hope that, I'm hoping for the best. I don't even want to think about it. Right? Don't want to think about it. And these are the things, you know, it's only when it hits home, you realize, you know, how sad it is. And there's something that, and I spoke about it earlier on in the month, talking about rideshare, and the fact that it's not even safe anymore, where it is that persons, drivers who are out here to make an honest living, and it have no real form of safety measures that can be put in place to ensure that people are safe. But drivers, their vehicles are being taken away from them at gunpoint. Their vehicles are being taken away from them at gunpoint. People are posing. In fact, they're posing as other persons, requesting rides. When the drivers reach, they relieve the drivers of their vehicle, and they go and they put down robberies. One of the last biggest scenarios that took place with this rideshare thing is that when they robbed the driver, they took the driver's phone, and they continued to operate on the rideshare app and was picking up passengers. Picking up passengers and robbing them. They took the rideshare driver's vehicle and told him to jump off a precipice. And I'm upset today because this is the level and this is the types of crime that is taking place in our sweet island of Trinidad and Tobago. Then I was sent a video. Somebody said, Dale, come and look at this. Come and look at this. Honest woman going to work. And I feel like I need to show you all and talk about these things today because this is the reality that we are facing with today. Tobago is now in I would say in a crisis, because look at the crime rate. The crime rate is rising. The crime rate is rising in Tobago. What is being done? And I know there was a press conference talking 2,500 more cameras in Tobago. More police in Tobago, special unit. They're looking into having a police, Tobago's own police service. Because that may help in terms of the crime. But let me show you something, eh? And I hope all you don't get upset with me today. But I want to show you something. Just come and watch this on the live for me. Take a look at this. Tell all you don't miss out today. You know, today's a day that you just need to be on the live. Look at what is taking place here. This young lady apparently is walking to the bus route to head to work. She's walking to head to work, you know. Good, healthy young boy. Good, healthy young boy decides that he is going to relieve her of her bags. Thank God, you see the van man that is smashing bricks and stuff there. He got a glimpse when he was passing what was happening, and he mashed bricks, and he eventually swung into the street to try and assist to recover from the robbery. Hats off to the van man. But these are the kind of things that are going on here. And it's being caught on camera. What are we going to do about it? I'm opening the phone lines 3420081 4665391. Would the cameras help? Because there are a lot of things being caught on camera. And persons are walking away scotch-free. Persons are walking away scotch-free. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen what's taking place here? And at many times, you know, we focusing on the wrong thing. We focusing on parking tickets. We focusing on and I mean, yeah, we had to make a revenue, and we had to build revenue for the country and all these different things. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that for us. I love it for us. But what are some of the solutions that we could do? What are some of the things that we could put out there? Because look at what is taking place. Tobago's murder toll probably is going to be making history. Crime rate is making history. And what are we going to say? Who are we going to blame for it? Are we going to come out here and say it's Trinidadians going to Tobago and making havoc in Tobago? Is it that's what we're going to say? That's what's going to make us sleep good when the night comes? I don't know. I don't know how to feel, honestly. I don't know how to feel, honestly. Because it's been a part of the society and being a radio announcer, I am saying, you know, I want to be a part of change. I want to be a positive influence. Just earlier today, I was going through my phone, trying to get some information and stuff, and I was going through my phone, and I was listening to a voice note that was sent from one of the listeners, and the listener sent a voice note. I think he forwarded it, or he sent it to the boss, and then he sent it to me after, because he was trying to get my number. And he was saying, you know, there was something or sometime back in when it is I came to work and I had on camouflage clothing. And he said, Dale, as a man I really like you. But you have to remember, in as little as you may not feel or think, you are also setting an example. And what you may get away with because somebody or persons may know you, other persons may not be able to get away with it. And then they may be able to, they may jump and say, well, look, Dale the Voice do it. And not just me alone, and I totally understood where he was coming from. But you have to set the example, and you say, yeah, we have to set the example. And I totally agree with him. But not only just setting the example, but what are we going to do? The government have a part to play, but we the citizens, we the people have a part to play as well. We the people have a part to play as well. Are we going to play our part, or are we going to continuously say, that in my business? We have to be, and we have to play that part in society. And so many things happening, and so many things going wrong, and so many things taking place. What are we going to do? I know yesterday as well, when we had the open forum, a lot of people still was saying, Dale, I didn't get my time to, I had so many things to say when it's coming closer down, because, you know, they now got the time and the opportunity to call in. And but my heart hurting today. And then my mom called me earlier on today as well. And I want to play some videos. I have some videos to play well. My mom called me earlier today and she said, Dale. Well, she don't call me Dale. But she told me about a young lady, you know. She has 3 children. And the main breadwinner, the breadwinner of the house, there would have been a sudden death. And now she and her 3 children are left to fend to survive. Being a single mother. And had to take care of all the bills. And that young lady, she had to put her tail between her leg and ask for help, because she truly is struggling. No groceries in the house. She called my mom, and my mom knew her. And when she started to say, you know, the things that she has to face and what she has to go through, and, you know, now there's no groceries in the house for the young lady. No groceries for the kids. One of the children, they are autistic. So they're under pressure. And I started to say, wow. So my mom told me, she said, boy, you know, things right now we're dealing with X, Y, and Z, and so I could give her 100. And I sit back and I say, hey, boy, I have some things I have to deal with it too, so I could give her 100. And I say, you know what? As I tell her, I say, Mommy, don't worry now, man. God will make a way. And I started to reach out to people. And I started to think, because at the end of the day, we all need to see about each other. We all need to stand up and be that pillar for one another. Because there are times where it doesn't matter who we support, whether you're red, yellow, black, white, green, brown, purple, yellow. We all precious in God's sight. And I remember the song, as I say, we are all precious. You know, they say, Jesus loves the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of this world. Yeah, I just remember that song. Brian Chambers, you don't need to be here. I just say, you don't need to be here. And I'm just saying, all of this, we need to start coming together and start doing the little things. Start putting into the communities. Start injecting and investing into our own. Try to get the youths off of the streets. Look out for your neighbor children, because while there are people out here struggling and fighting, because there are plenty single parents, or even good homes where mother and father living together, but they have to go out there and try to make a earning, a nice good living. So they have to go out there. And it may not be good, you know. It may not be the right thing, you know, but let's be real. There are parents who leave their homes to go to work, send the children to school. The children come back home before they come home, because they're working either 2 different jobs, or they work long hours just to come put together, you know, money. And the children are home unattended, but the parents trust them that they go burn down the house and all these different things, and that they will do what they have to do. Good afternoon, Tobago Sunshine, I see you. And sometimes these children, when they're done doing what they have to do on the block, everybody familiar with everybody, so they might go out on the block and lime. And these are sometimes how these children get recruited into gangs. There was a little youth man just a couple years ago, and it hurt my heart. You know why? Because at a point in time, he was under me. And if I had only knew, or in fact not only knew, but if I took the initiative to invest into him, I think that today he would have been alive. Very talented young man. But sometimes we are consumed with our own problems, that we put that over everything. If that makes sense to some of y'all. But I remember getting a phone call from about this youth man. Very talented, you know. Upcoming DJ. Very talented. Was good with words. And he was very great with music, writing and everything like that. But to do music, you have to spend money. And if you don't have the money, you can't do music. And as I get to youth, if you have no money, then you are. And guess what? He went on a robbery down in Santa Cruz, I believe. Yeah, down in Santa Cruz. Went on an armed robbery because he's looking for fast money. And he was shot dead on the scene. I could talk the things today. Or is this is too hard? If it's too hard, let me know, you know. If reality of life is too hard today, let me know. But he was shot dead. And when I got the information and the news, and I'm like, what's going on? What happened? And then I started to think, way boy, deal boy. And then we started to get the shoulda, coulda, woulda mentality, the syndrome, the shoulda, coulda, shoulda. Way boy, if I coulda, I woulda. But we had to start being real, that a lot of the people even around us that we know They fall and prey. Sometimes some of these youths on them, they just need a ear, you know. They just need a listening ear. Somebody to listen to them and to guide them and to say, yo, nah, I ain't not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But there are people that we just need to come and start listening. So there are many people that started to kick up a fuss and was upset and vexed when Christmas list come to Trinidad. And then how one was worse than Christmas list, Arab. Disrespecting the youths. Arab was disrespecting the youths full blown. Talking about, oh, they in a jail. And telling them some very smutty things. But there is a lesson to learn. And there is something to observe in everything that took place. But sometimes, you know, we take politics and we political likes to a different level. And we would hate certain things that happen. So it has certain men in like the fact that I talk what I talk and I say what I say. So they start to play mischievous. That is part of life. It's a men who didn't like what I say and they start to play mischievous. They say, boy, we go try and do all kind of thing to get him fired. We go and do all kind of thing to smear up his name in the public domain because we didn't like what he said. We like what he said that day. And I come and I try to change the topic and the agenda. And I ain't get him to change it because he ain't listen to me. Because he ain't want to paint that picture. So here what I go do. I'll try to see what I could do to blackmail him. These are the things and this is reality. Well, let me come here today and talk about Bacchanal now. We would see how things are. But the real thing about it is right now, we in a crisis in our country. And not just Trinidad. We in a crisis in Trinidad and Tobago. How are we going to fix it? How can we bring back to the days of being able to walk out your house and leave your house open? Death sentence will help that. Hangings will help that. Take a look at your screen, so those of y'all that are locked on, and I'm seeing y'all on the inside, and I want to say good afternoon to all of y'all that are there. But take a look at your screens again. And I want you all to look very carefully. Because I bring in reality today. I'm sending home reality today. But this is what takes place in our sweet country. Take a look at your screens. There's no need to play audio for this. But again, guess what? This is not somebody's phone. This is CCTV footage. This is CCTV footage. This happened in Valsine. This car pulled up, and the car in front of them, let me just remove the CG so y'all could see. And they ordered the woman out of her vehicle and told her to walk away. And they went with her vehicle, with her SUV. She was just sitting down in Valsine outside Super Farm. And they left with her vehicle. What does crime pay? Who benefits from crime? Who's benefiting from crime in Trinidad and Tobago? If I open my mouth and see what I now see here. But anyhow. Who's benefiting from crime? I open in the lines, eh? The lines are open wide open. 3420081 4665391. It's also available on WhatsApp on the both numbers, and you can also send your voice notes. 3420081 and 4665391. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, son.
Good afternoon.
How are you this afternoon, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Oh, you're not doing well. You're alive. You're not doing well at all. You're talking. You're cold. Even better, and you're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So, what has been good to you today?
Indeed.
So you're doing more than just being good. You're great.
I said corrected.
Yes, sir. So I saw that video. You know my question? In America, they have Kia boys. They will thief a car, ride around, crash it, jump out and leave it. The insurance company will be able to recover it. In Trinidad and Tobago, when they thief a high-end vehicle like that, is it joyrided, crashed, and left, and be able to recover? Or the vehicle is actually scrapped? So you ask that question, who benefits? I don't talk. Figure it out. Your evening. But them fellas in them ain't just pull up. They know exactly what vehicle they were looking for. You know? Them ain't drive to super farm and just pick up Tanti because Tanti sitting down in the car just so. Because you have when you take a vehicle like that, where you taking it for? Yes, son? Because you ain't rob Tanti, you know. You ain't stay Tanti, pass the phone, pass all the money, everything. Your mission was for the car. Enjoy evening, son.
Wow. See people messaging saying they're not getting through. I just restarted the phone. Let's see what's happening here. I just restarted that. I'll play the voice notes in the meantime.
Good afternoon, Dale. Tobago Sunshine in the house. Dale, you're talking my topic. A piggybacking from off a Pastor Google, where he show where these young people get it the opportunity to have a piece of land, to start a family, to work, to be the own boss. And you know what make my heart feel so good to see is my type of people, my kind of people. I wasn't seeing the other race alone. I was seeing the both races going to this. And then I could remember with that same young man that you are talking about wanted to be a DJ. The story was in the papers. Other TV radio station talked about it. Pastor Google talked about it, and it touched a lot of us. Dale, I, as a young parent working my government job, had to go to work 5 o'clock in the morning. We had to pick up my girls and them all 4:30 because I was going to pick up me another co-worker, single parent, to go to work. My husband doing it. He coming back home seeing about the children, and then when they got a little older, we had to leave them home for he to drop me to work. And mind you, the scene about the breakfast, when he come home to pick them up back by 6 o'clock, my children are done dressed and ready for school. My children used to open the school gate very early because their father now had other children to go and carry to school.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dale.
Good afternoon.
You asked a question and I want to answer it. You asked for benefiting from what they're doing, right? A businessman. I would say a businessman is benefiting. I'm not calling any names, but a businessman, right, is benefiting from what these guys are doing by keeping people vehicles. Have a good day.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Dale.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, my dear. How are you doing?
I did cool. How are you going?
I good. I keep saying thank God for another day in the land of the living. Dale, I listened to your topic this afternoon. Well, first, you threw me back there a while ago there when you said this young man from Indian Walker said that gone missing.
Yeah.
They found his car. And his name is what is that?
Shakim Charles.
Okay, well, my beauty son was Shaquille, so you know, you send me into
Yeah, put your down memory lane.
phone today. Hear what I'm telling you about Dale. And as a mother, I told you, I do study them and do cry, you understand me? And I could say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, thank God I could walk the street, any part of carnage, and they go and ask for them. You could never say they was, doing wrong anything. Thank God, Dale, I make sure I got government work for my children. You see what I'm telling you about? You hear? Even the one who is satisfied and who married, I just pray because the work he does, sometimes in the airport, sometimes in Point Lisa, sometimes in Shagarama. So I have to ask the Lord, to guide him until he returns to his family. It's not an easy thing out there. And I keep asking these young men out there, they have women in it also, to get up, you know that, right? Yeah. We have women in it also. These young men out there, I'm begging you all, sit down and think now. Think. Because when you take away someone's life, how you would feel, okay, I kill him, I take his belongings, you understand me, how you feel, these things will come back to haunt you. You hear what I'm telling you about, Dale? It will come back to haunt you, Dale.
Yeah, it will.
Honestly, it come back to haunt you. I am telling you that. I remember when my son got killed in Vanderpool Lane, darling. When I went down, I didn't too long to speak with him and I told him what I'm
Mommy, don't go into detail. I'm going to pay some bills. If anything,
okay,
you can call me back. For those of you that are on the line waiting, call me back. We're going to pay some bills quickly and we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of The Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on The Street 919 FM. As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to The Street 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Share the life. Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
The Street 919 FM mobile app is now live. Keep in the loop with all your favorite programs. Be in the know first and carry us wherever you go. Listen and watch us live at the click of your fingertips. Download our mobile app now. Go in your favorite app store, whether it be Android or Apple, and type in The Street 919 FM.
Hey, you drink Magnum, whole of vibes and crack one. Take charge with Magnum, build the vibes with Magnum. They say all rum is that we don't deal with. Magnum is energy when you need it. Take charge anytime, anyway. With Figure-ton 2, it's power for days. When you crack one, take charge. And when you drink one, take charge.
Conscious Talk, where we are at and where we are going. After a storm, there is a calm. Where there is darkness, light follows. Where there is evil, good overcometh. It's Conscious Talk with Steve Antoine. Every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. It's Conscious Talk. Conscious Talk. Talk.
This is Natural Health Solution, where we offer a range of holistic services. Our HemoView, which is a deep dive into blood detection, both live and dry assessment. Our Bioresonance full body assessment, or full body lymphatic detoxification. Our physical therapies include back, neck, and shoulder massage, sciatic nerve compression, and more. Our new beauty line includes both facial, mole and tag removal, and much more. Join us every Tuesday at 8:05 to 8:35 right here on the street 91.9. Call our numbers is 222-2189. That number again is 222-2189.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Mondays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Trauma and Bereavement. Every Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Dealing with Disabilities. And on Friday evenings from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All Night Prayer Live on the street 919 FM. Designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective, and you will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justly, to love, have mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank would be greatly appreciated. Account number 795-222. For further information, call 753-1113 or 610-4673.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Stop changing ministers and change what we teach them. Cause things won't change despite all we do. If change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we're back on the inside. I want to say good afternoon to all of you that are joining with us. I'm going straight back to the phone lines. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Right. Dale, I just come out here to get something. I was turn on the radio, listen to your program there. You're talking about some car got stolen, right?
That was... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Now, some months ago, I heard some fella say, they bring foreign youth for them. And I wanted the best thing to do. But my question to that is that what was the percentage of stolen vehicles before foreign youth came in? Because this thing is a big business, you know. A lot of those cars that have been stolen here have been selling back on the market. But you can't sell the block, you can sell the head and front part. It's a big business here. And they catch a whole set of stolen vehicles not too long ago. You see, the whole thing about it that the foreign use market has opened up a lot of vehicles, a lot of business for some people that sell stolen vehicles and parts. So we have to look at the bigger picture. My cousin got his car stolen. And the police make a bus somewhere down Diego Martin and they say anybody get lost a car within a certain period of time, come down. When he went down, he saw his car chop up and pass, and the mark shipped to Barbados. They want to ship it to Barbados. So you see, it's a whole organized business. And this is what the foreign news industry has opened up here. Job for who? You understand? So that is my little contribution to what is topic. I know the whole overall topic, but that is my contribution to what is stolen vehicle.
Thank you. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon. How are you going?
Good afternoon. Fine. How you doing?
I cool.
Nice.
You know my problem?
Tell me.
Yes. It has so much of business people out here have assets, had a family, had a business, trying to protect themselves. Right? And you telling me out of 25,000 applications, this commissioner, I'm not sure about what you need 100 FPL. Crime out of control because people cannot get to protect themselves. These men in the covered high power AR-15 and Uzi and machine gun, nobody can get to protect themselves because you're like sitting duck of a business meeting and when they come, they're going to use a can of box spray to defend yourself. So I don't know what's the big problem. Issue provisional license the business people to protect themselves. And yes, people waiting for this thing. I don't know what's the problem. The next thing before I go is that still we have a face reality. This is not about Rowdy and Kamala. 9 years now, this government in power. Look at the current situation. Just look at it. Every single lead for triple and double and multiple home invasion. Well, in the last 10 years, you ever hear anything what's happening in this country? Eh? It's getting more and more worse. To the point, to me, in my opinion, this government don't have a clean clue to leverage crime. It's just getting more and more worse as each every day pass. Nothing is happening, nothing is being done. Every day people getting kill home invasion. What do you think they're really doing? But they know people go change race and they don't like them. And because of that, they don't have no clue. And the last thing before I go, what I mean, people are talking about Gary Griffith and Gary Griffith. Okay, you have a big motor mouth and he's blah, 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 blah. But look at Gary Tanya. When that man was in the commissioner, the crime level was down. Look at this commissioner that put now, and this minister now, it's like somebody appointed puppet just to be there who they could control. And that's why crime cannot go down because they put the puppet just who they could control. And when he was get job, high job, they're doing that. And that's why crime is out of control. And trust me, it's going to get worse and more worse under the Rowdy government. Thanks for being neutral.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. That person they make me have to call back about crime out of control and let's try to how the conversation was about a car that Antigua Shika stolen and what are we going to do to solve that problem. But you come to tell me under this administration, one of the highest murder rates in Trinidad and Tobago was under Gary Griffith. And everybody, Pastor Google disagreed with me when I said I don't agree with the Prime Minister putting Gary Griffith there. And everybody was, I said, when Gary come and tell me 800 Gary, hear my question. So when Gary leave the police service, when you call, you ain't calling the police service, you know. You're calling 800 Gary. So Gary is one man controlling the police service. So you ain't calling the police service again. You're dealing with Gary. So when Gary goes, what is going to happen to the police service? That is why that clown could call and talk that when Gary was there, because you used to call not Trinidad and Tobago police service, you used to call 800 Gary, and he rounds up his paramilitary squad, and he jump in his 6 Jeep, and he come wherever it is. That's how a police service is supposed to work, son? Or is that a paramilitary group that want to kill what they so-called cockroaches? That's how police does police? That is why we had to get rid of the where you did from? The SWAT business. Because the funding we was getting from America, 2 men sit down and fall off a chair. And Gary Griffith trying to justify that to tell you whether you're going to go kill nobody again. So he become judge, jury, and executioner. That's what I want. That's what they're telling me, you know. Eh? Well, let me tell you something, brother. You see, in your community, when you stop them fellas and them, where Gary Griffith went down Cedrus and the carcass and tell the police to take a lie detector test, because it seems as though the police is involved with the community of importation of Venezuelans and all kind of things. Remember that conversation with Gary? Well, then you have to tell those communities, stop bringing the Venezuelans who bringing in the guns and bringing in the drugs and the prostitution to help create some of the crime that we have. You know that? Because we just blame Lavanti and Lavantillian. But some of our main problem stems from coastline. And who have access to the coastline. That's why, you see, Beetham and Sealat, there's a problem between Calibre and a group of men in Sealat, in the Beetham, in Sealat fisheries. You have to pay cow tax to pass to go into Calibre now. But you understand what I'm telling you, son? Them people down there look like me and you. Until the biggest drug dealer in Trinidad and Tobago, who create half of the problem that I inherit today, besides what Abu Bakr did in 1990, was a man called Dolce. Have my uncle and my nephew, some of them lie down in tongue, who in dead from overdose, lie down in tongue, or they're in the White Box village by Besson Street. When you're passing, looking in the driveway, if rain and fall, you see about 5 feet of White Box. Who create that? So before you come to talk, clean up all your act in all your community that help affecting my community. And don't tell me about I'm nobody and tell them to go and take it. Nobody and tell all to bring it to sell it to we neither. Enjoy evening.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Dale.
Mommy.
It's me again back, darling. If I go to because telling you when I went down to Vanderpool and I saw my son lying there, if that little girl had only come in the car that even pick up too, should have been there too. Gail, that call a while ago there. You see that horseman who just call you and tell you the Dale? I don't understand. You understand what you was really saying, Dale? Dale, why think the SSA plenty problem now? Again, why think the SSA plenty problem now? Was Gary the acting commissioner of police? Dale, I want to ask a question. Why does everybody want to get a gun right now, Dale? You could tell me why? He called just now and people this and the business that. Dale, you know what I think? I think he was keeping in election and he just get up in the pee out of the eye. Have a good afternoon, my love.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Afternoon to you, Dale. I'm to your listeners.
Good afternoon.
You know, Dale, I don't know when we will stop taking the opportunity to attack each other. I mean, the gentleman's contribution wasn't flawless, but the fact of the matter is that crime is out of control in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, nobody doesn't know when somebody chooses to go and commit these criminal acts, but if we do not have an efficient police service to apprehend persons, to have a high detection rate, and to go after persons and bring them before the court, then it's obvious the crime would continue to remain out of control. On top of that, you have police officers who would appear that not working along with the police service. They are working along with the criminals. So it's obvious the crime is going to be out of control. And I keep trying to understand why we doesn't want to blame the persons in power, right? Why we doesn't want to blame them? You want to blame the people in the community who don't have the amount of guns that the TTPS have, right? And tell them to stop the criminals in your own community from doing X, Y, and Z. Dale, we living in a place where so many witnesses were murdered. So many witnesses were murdered after going and trying to give information to members of this same TTPS. And we cannot like it. That is not a reality here. You see, everybody have a part to play, but it's very convenient for many of us. We doesn't want persons to be held responsible or held accountable. The fact remains, Dale, Tobago is very small, and I keep telling them why we don't camera down the island. You can't stop persons from committing the acts, but we will have a greater chance of catching them if we have ball-by-ball footage to go on and watch the route they're taking to escape, where they're passing, the vehicle they have on, the clothes, whatever. And let the police use that instead of keep on coming here when they leave wherever and come and land in Trinidad to ask people who live in here what's going on in the place and if they could help us. Police living in every single community and constituency they have on in this Trinidad and Tobago here, and the fact will remain. Gary Griffith, though he is extremely biased, and it was clear for the whole world to see, he would have highlighted a lot of shortcomings inside of the police service. He may not be the best person for the job. And that statement he make the police officers one shot, one kill. You naturally creating a mindset in your officers, not to apprehend and bring person before the court, but have a mindset of one shot, one kill. Forget about the escalation, forget about conflict with forget about those things. Just go out with that mindset. One shot, one kill. That is what we want to lead the police service. As I say, it is not the fault of the civilian or the citizenry that the police were not doing a good job. Gary Griffin highlighted a lot of shortcomings from the police service. And now that he is no longer there, the police will have us believe that they no longer have this superhuman among them, so they can't give the nation the same type of aggressive efforts.
Yeah, break it up, Chris. Let me just see you.
Yeah, Dale.
Hold the line, caller. Hold the line. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Dale, how are you doing this afternoon, sir?
I'm doing fine.
I come in the middle by 4, 5, 6, 7 wickets down, and I now come in by, you know, as an open batsman. So I don't have a clue what you're talking about, by. What is the topic today?
No. Check. Fill in and come back in. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, Dale.
Yeah, man.
We're talking about crime, but let me tell you something. If I get 5,000 virgin auditors, I can solve crime. You know? Part of the main problem of crime in Trinidad is that the proceeds of crime. We have 2 ports. You're auditing all the Coast Guard, you're auditing all the custom officers, immigration officers, you're auditing the police officers and them. If they cannot prove their wealth, where they get this money from, they want to work for 5,000, I want to drive vehicle for $250,000, $500,000. This is the kind of thing we have to stop the proceeds of crime. Too much people are getting away with this money and banking it foreign, local, and washing the money in society, and that's the problem. And we had to order the magistrate and judges too, because these people are involved in this thing. Crime is organized like a football field. You know? People are lined up in strategic areas. And you know what's worse? The people on the bench, the coaches and the physiotherapists, and you can't see them, these are the people who are the most dangerous people in the game of crime. These are the ones that have manipulated the thing behind the scene and help people to get away from crime. The magistrate, the judges, the lawyers, all these things are organized things. If we don't stop the proceed of crime, we can't get away. It's treating. Here the treating. A, and E. You audit, you amputate, and you eradicate. A, and E. And then you can get rid of it. You audit them, you amputate them, you stop the proceed, and you eradicate of them. Jail for a good bit of them. And the people who supposed to be the watchman of this country, they are the one who letting us down. These people are custom and immigration officers, they're letting us down. The Coast Guard, all them Venezuelans coming here. It's not, they don't walk across the sea. It's with pirogue they come. And they still come in. Too much people are getting away this country with the proceed of crime. That is a sickening thing, and everybody going to blame this one, blame that one. It's the people and them who getting paid to watch for the thing. I have never seen a minister of national security on the custom of the dock searching anybody for years now. Government come, government go. I have never seen a minister of national security up in the airport searching everybody thing. But they blame the minister when this one gets shot and that one gets shot. This has been going on for donkey years. And yeah, people already don't want to talk crime. They already don't want to talk crime. And you see what them criminologists will be talking some nonsense. They already don't have an idea what's going on with crime. And they have people who know, but they're afraid to say and do something. Lock these people up, man. It's sickening. It's really sickening. This crime thing is sickening. But we had to start with the right way. Order them and get rid of them. Thank you.
No problem at all. And to my partner who call and ask, you know, what we're talking about, you know, jumping in. Sorry, yeah, but today is a kind of day that I can't do that. We have to pay attention to what's going on. If you know what's going on, get yourself filled in and then call in to make a contribution. You understand? Because this is something serious that we're dealing with. And I realize when it comes to these things, sometimes we get extra quiet. Or we're not as boisterous as we should be. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dale.
Good afternoon.
I'm listening to the program this evening and I'm hearing voices here, Mr. Dale, I'm hearing voices. But you know, when you say certain things, people just call back to really cool you. But what I want to tell the nation this evening and all who making noise, what taking place here, my father telling me, when you see these things start to take place, do not worry yourself because they have to take place, Mr. Dale. Yeah. So we could jump and shout and prance and do what we want. Call the police, call the commissioner, call this one, call that one. People have to understand what's taking place in the world today and in the life today. Still like steel pod. They feel they cry, they ain't cry yet. There's more tears to run. They feel they see blood, they ain't see blood yet. There's more blood to run. Big brother, we living in a time where not even man could solve the problems that we in today. Yeah. So we could jump and prance and talk and all kind of things. But what is to happen must happen. Have a decent day. Thanks for the time. Take care. Blessings to you and thanks for the time again. Thank you.
Blessings.
Dale, you probably have to say, jealous don't make a stranger that I will share. When you murder, they will hang you. No, to the council, they are getting that. I must stop that. When you steal and you rape in the 60s and 70s, you're getting cat o' nine tail in jail. That means you bear back, you're strapped down, and an electric cable, 5 strands coming, and you one stroke. The judge will say, if it's 3 strokes, you have to get one every 6 months. Now, if these fellas know when they steal your 25 cents, here me go 25 cents, they'll be flogged in jail. You think they would steal, but no, Ramesh made sure he said that it's cruelty. So you see what's happening now? Because when they murder and they spend 10 years in jail is nothing. When they steal 3-4 cars and they hold them, they might make 18 months and they back outside again.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Dean the voice.
Good afternoon.
You see what the caller before said? Was exactly thing. These times we living in, Bible prophecy must fulfill. We cannot rely that at all. This current situation, it could bring Mr. Who, Mr. T. This is to happen now, and it will happen. We talk about Gary Griffith. We had Gary Griffith in our SOE, and pandemic with everybody afraid to come out. But we give you the best rate up as a commissioner of police. They just come like a cattle, give a big bucket of it, and after he done, he kick it down. Because just how we do good, it's just how we do bad now. And he is part of what has this country in this situation right now.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Dear, a pleasant good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Dear, if someone says that you have one of the highest murder rates, does that mean you are number 1, number 2, or number 3? I'm just asking. If someone says you have the highest,
if you have the highest, you're number 1.
Number 1, right? If a man say you have one of the highest murder rates, so let me say something, Dale. Dale, I'm tired with that fella called, what I was calling Mr. Bacteria. He just said Gary Griffith had one of the highest murder rates. Dale, let me give you the murder rates. Let me give it to you. 2023, there was 575 murders under Ola Christopher. In 2022, there was 605. That is the highest murders in Trinidad and Tobago ever. Right? Oh God, I tired fact check that fella. But I'm going to go on to something else. Dale, Tobago is not in a crisis as far as crime is concerned. You know. Trinidad is in a crisis. And I want to say to the transformation leader, Fali Chavez Augustin, Mr. Augustin, please do not take any advice from Prime Minister Rowley, who cannot control murders in Trinidad. But you want to go to Tobago to give the transformational leader advice on how to control crime? Please, Fali, please, Mr. Fali, do not take it. And secondly, Dale, if Trinidad is to send any police officers to Tobago, I am saying to the transactional leader, Fali Chavez Augustine, make sure and give any one of them a lie detector test. Give them a lie detector test before they come to Tobago, because the Rowley government will send them to Tobago to demonize Tobago, because there's a general election coming up next year. They will send them over there, and they will demonize, and they'll do all kind of things. So then the RPNM can say, look, Fali Caron Tobago, look how crime out of control. I am warning Tobagonians, do not allow the central government led by Prime Minister Rowley to put any police officers from Trinidad in Tobago, because they go send them to corrupt and demonize Tobago. Dale, the highest amount of murders, Dale, is 605 in 2022. You have a splendid first, tremendous, marvelous yesterday. Bye-bye.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Oh, Dale, greeting.
Very cool.
Yeah, going on. Thailand, Paula, Spain, and them fellas and them song they don't see why they making the program look don't see why. You understand what I'm saying? They fellas talk the correct thing now, man.
They can't make the program go done, see. Yeah? They can't make the program sound done, see.
Oh gosh, right through the same thing with them, like, they say, can they wear handle lease? Them fellas are showing the lease on Facebook, right? They say they paying people to murder. All kind of done soak them for soaking, but again set up on them by. Yeah, brother, take your time. Yeah.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Blessed day to you, King.
Hey, we're going on, King, man.
I there by the grace of God, he's the boss. You see this man called Wall Street. It's time we block this man. It's time we block this man, because wherever he toted, that vendetta he toted, they go carry his to grave. You don't live here, but you come in to spread propaganda, and it have youths and them that be listening to this kind of flushing this man that be talking thing. It's ridiculous. Oh gosh, boy, something really wrong with some of you black people. Here's what I'm telling you. I want to go down that road, you know, because you raise the pressure, and I want to bring this radio into the studio. That stinking dog. I gone, friend, I gone. Ridiculous.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome. Caller, good afternoon. All right, sleeping on the walk. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you then.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Porter Spain.
And I saw you know my voice.
Of
and
course.
I never call you and talk about daughter-snakes. I just tell them I am a common sense, and most of them would have been talking. I ain't calling for the day, but you're calling for the Spain name. I am at school, I could teach all you about the Constitution and Trinidad and Tobago and all that's going on. You have a pair who even know their head for the foot. I never hear you condemn them. You never hear anybody say that I'm bringing nobody could say that anything I say, they could challenge me. Not even Gary Griffin. You never hear us tell Gary Griffin challenge me. You never hear me talk about the one in the bamboo. You never hear me challenge me. Don't call my name, boy. I'm not better than all you by far. Because of sensitive of what's going on in the country and the world. I just travel, so I know what's going on outside. But then you should know what all your head from all your footage, what you want to condemn for the friend. Leave me alone, brother. Ask anybody, and I'm sure the boss could tell you the reason why he had me as a talk show. So leave me alone, brother. Then, thank you very much for allowing me this contribution. That is how a man with ethics, and that's my identity. Leave Port of Spain alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Porter Spain. In all the heat, I want you all to know, I have a family that needs assistance. There's a young lady and her 3 kids, ages 1, 6, and 12. In Cuba, she needs your assistance. So for those of you that can assist and help her to get groceries in her home, please do so. You can just reach out to me and we will get that. Call her. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Angie.
Which is the higher office, Chief Secretary or Prime Minister?
The Prime Minister.
So how could the Chief Secretary not take any advice or not listen to the Prime Minister? They're big and stupid is not a good combination, eh?
Angie,
just saying.
And you have some behavior.
Behaving. Big and stupid is not a good combination. Some people, I don't know. Oh God, if you ain't had nothing to say, hush. Big and stupid is not a good combination. Just say.
I listening today. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good
afternoon.
There goes Wall Street again. 2023 murder rate never reached 600. The total was 577. Right. That is all I call to see.
Thank you very much. I just Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good deal. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
What we have to pay attention to, these guys are calling to shift the program, number 1. And number 2, the Prime Minister went on the call from Fali asking for assistance. So we have to pay attention to that. Fali who asked for the assistance, not Dr. Rowley put himself in. So that's food for thought.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Well, sorry. So who was Commissioner of Police when the murder was 600, right? Yeah? That is a man. You only can call me what you want. Nobody don't pay me. That is a man. Was on a program when UNC had the internal election, say he's a diehard UNC and do not vote for Kamla Prasad Bisasa. He was telling the people of the UNC, do not vote for Kamla. How the bunch behind her, how bad they are, who is corrupted. That is a man who come in here now to tell you to vote for the same party people. What kind of man that is? He has no integrity. All you can call me what you want. Long as all you don't call me collect. Because you could only call WhatsApp. I just pay in Trinidad for my phone call. I just pay taxes here. Nobody don't have to pay me to create a program. Imagine that. I make a boo-boo here and them put up a whole ad. Them have to create a whole ad for one man. Imagine that yesterday evening, Dumb and Dumber had to create a program about me. Think about that. But they can't say nothing I say is wrong. So who is really the slave catchers? Black people in this country, all you wake up from it, please. They leave me with a budget of 63 billion. They spend every cent in the treasury. They have a man going to Panama with my money, don't talk. OS had to fight OS to get back to finish the same South Highway. They say I ain't do nothing. I do South Highway, I do the roundabout, I do the President House. I saved their life for 2 years and pay everybody. With a low oil price, I don't to take it and save it and you go pay $1 a barrel on the international market. I must forget that. So Wall Street could come here and say what you want, do what you want. This Negro is not for sale. They can't pay me. Like all of us pay you to talk that rubbish, to come back here to try to convince black people and tell me we are slaves. But who is really the slave? Who is really the slave? You telling supporters you are diehard UNC and do not vote for Kamala, but you come in here to try to convince African people to vote for the same person that you just telling these Indian people not to vote for. Who is the slave? Fella, go back under the pavement and stay there. Your Doctorate is of no value, nothing. So don't come here to try to fool people, because if you have that money, you're waiting on the Prime Minister to give you a building in town, and I keep telling all you have the money, could have fixed it, you could have enough money to come to buy a spot and do what you say you want to do for black people. So I doesn't want to hear all it. If that's the case, then you join up with Brother Mohammed and help him fix what you have and change love until I don't want to hear all you. I invest my money, that man supposed to have a grocery here, and nobody mustn't talk about that. 10 years nearly go, and up to now we can't do nothing in Trinidad and Tobago. We still fighting on each other to tell me about a black man and a black man. To hell with that. Lee Kuan Yew was a dictator, and today we just boast about that. The other day they didn't want that, so let me stick with my dictator, because I have a vision of where I want to go, you know. I fed up in Port Motor and put gas and subsidized gas. By now, if they didn't listen to Mr. Manning, we'd have a train. We not import so much a car with them fellas and them have to go and hold up to take shield car. A black man would not be going in the bank to take a loan for 7 years to buy a car when he could now go and look for a house. But no vision. No vision. Good evening.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, dear. A few callers ago earlier, I didn't say in 2020 had 600 murders. He said it had 5 something. My point is, now, we need to beef up security in Tobago, fair enough. But if we take policemen from Trinidad, we done short staff with police, and we don't get more short staff, what they should have done is to use soldiers to complement the police in Tobago. When policemen get the training, and they get the training basically at the barracks in Trinidad, what makes policemen in Tobago different from policemen in Trinidad? I don't know who could answer that. Thank you.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Daily Voice.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to your listeners. Good afternoon to your listeners and things. To this last caller right here, the same difference when Dr. Rowley went to Barbados to get police to come Trinidad to investigate DSS, because he find, well, look, them Barbados police was much more transparent. What is the sense in sending Trinidad police to Tobago when Trinidad police can't even do the work over here and have more crime over here? You go send them over there to do what? To do what? To do what, PNM supporters? I don't think that Tobago needed a press conference. Everybody sit down over there. Is Dr. Rowley and the National Security Minister appoint everybody who sit down over there. So it's a bunch of PNM people going to have a press conference in a room. People at Tobago don't want no press conference. They want a public meeting. Dr. Rowley is supposed to keep a public meeting in Tobago, because the people them really want to tell Dr. Rowley how they really feel. Dr. Rowley wasn't speaking to Tobagonians. He was speaking to the 12 person that he invited there. This big policeman, that big policeman, that big policeman. And let me tell you something. Every time the crime statistic go up in Tobago, you always hear excuse what they're going to do, and they're now going to put on 2,500 cameras. What happened to the cameras on them from 2019? What happened to the cameras on them from all the years? They always have nice things to implement when the family lose their family members. When they're done dead, then they have nice things to implement. That is not transparent. Let me just tell you this. Mr. Porter Spain was never no talk show host at 91.9. Mr. Porter Spain is to be there with Gladiator. When Gladiator wants somebody, you know, that was the real boss of radio. When Gladiator wants somebody to buff up and thing, Porter Spain is to be over there. Marky Panboy is to be over there. Shabazz is to be over there. Sitting down with Gladiator. I want to talk show host at 91.9. I used to come in for certain hours and leave at certain hours. So Porter Spain, stop telling people you was a talk show host at 91.9. You was never no talk show host over here. And I also have a solution for the crime. And this solution I have for the crime, one of your callers said, when Wall Street calling, he said, stop lying, because little children listening. Little children listening. when the Honorable Prime Minister speak to, and they're still murdering people. They're still murdering people. But my solution for the crime, the same way how, because all the hotspots that happen in the country over here is in PNM stronghold area. All the Prime Minister have to do is to ask the supporters of the PNM to control all their children and stop having the children engaging in these kind of heinous murders. Because nobody can tell me how penal they be Woodland and them those not them kind of heinous running down and shooting down 3 and 4 and 5 of them. Only in the PNM areas. When they call in the radio station instead of the cost camera, ask your supporters and your friends, hey, let us do better. The same way we can rally around the PNM by we hundreds and devote your life to their PNM. Devote your life to ensure your children don't become criminals in this country where the state had to hunt them down. That is what you're supposed to be doing. Good afternoon to you, Wall Street. 10 out of 10 in your contribution. Those are the PNM supporters that give you 2 out of 2 for your contribution. Thank you.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome. I don't know, you know, you're saying that cameras are efficient. So for those of you that are looking at on the live right now, we putting in cameras and then what is that going to solve? What is that going to fix? Caller, good afternoon, welcome. Caller, good afternoon. Caller, you're live. I really don't know. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon again, Dale. You know, Wall Street are real disappointed with our contribution you make. I mean, we can make speculations and things, but making speculation and trying to convince people that what you're saying is concrete facts. But politicians deserve the licks that they be getting from people because here what's going on, right? When it is convenient, they like to play like if they're doing police work, or them as the best people to do police work. The police service ought to be structured in such a way, because it's TTPS, not TPS, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, right? It's supposed to be structured in such a way, if the police notice that things are getting out of hand in Tobago, the police are supposed to be the ones turning the machinery, making the statements, doing what they ought to do. We're not supposed to wait on politicians to feel them have the best ideas and coming up with ideas to hand over to the police. And this is what continues to be going on in this country. When it is convenient, politicians come in into the policing atmosphere and have people talking a set of rubbish when the day comes. And we can never get to hold people responsible for what they're supposed to be responsible for. It is the responsibility of the TTPS to protect and serve. And they have all different type of things they could be doing to do that. Them don't have to wait on the government to have a meeting, Dr. Rowley and Mr. Farley, for then the police to do something. If the police see a need for more police in Tobago, that's supposed to be something discussed within the police and done already. It's not supposed to have no political discussion where the Prime Minister come in and talk about that thing like if he is part of the TTPS. The police ought to have their thing going, and if they need assistance in terms of you need resources or you need the government to put in a new policy or work on some more laws or something, then you pass that over to the government and ask for the assistance to improve the service that you're providing for the nation. But you see, when it is convenient, we will have politicians calling for all kind of things all over the place. You call for foreign investigators into DSS. Where is the call for foreign investigation in all the other matters? I'm fed up here, Mr. Porter Spain come and talk about these two vehicles with one same chassis number and nobody and get arrested. Up to now, Kamala out of her own mouth talk about $53 million spent to renting a building in Bataria that nobody could find. We will wait until the politicians decide it's time for the police to look into these matters. You see, and 2025 coming up, and a set of allegations left, right, and center again amongst these two ping pong parties. And we're supposed to be satisfied with that. Mr. Gary Griffith all over the place talking about third force that is only existing in his mind. NTA doesn't have any back in Gary Griffith. And it's you who made the statement. You have information to bring down our government. So why you're trying to team up all over the place? Bring down the government and then you start again, you're following. I am fed up of these politicians taking us for a ride, Dale. And people just jumping on these wagons and riding down the road with them. A lot of them don't care about this country. And it is clear to see when you sit on your high horse and telling people, cut back on this, cut back on that. What are the politicians cutting back on? Always still feeling good, enjoying entertainment allowance on the back of the public. Always still feeling good being the only people having all these security measures in place for all you. And people always, when last a politician get a gun in their face, Dale? When last somebody running by them? But they're comfortable which part they are. Stand up and sit from where they are and talk down to the nation. Anybody was sent to the set of mismanagement that take place in Petrotrin? Or we just decide, boy, we're scrapping it, and then we hire back this man, we let it spin it, another fire him with the same speed. There's no redress ever for us in this country, but we will take every minute of every day to come on the show and talk to one another, talk rubbish just for a political party. If your political party is thinking, that has nothing to do with the public out here. So people must say nothing. One way with affect in your political party, tear them on the UNC. That is all people going to be coming with in our head every day. We have problems with the politicians and the way how they dealing the politics here. We have problems with the police. We have problems with the judges and the magistrates. We have problems in customs. I am still trying to understand, right? We making room for criminals. Right? Making room for criminals after they come in this borders illegally. Making all kind of provisions to make them comfortable, okay? But we still running down people in this nation and wouldn't make no comfort for them for trivial matters. I tell you, I will always remember that the same police service that was destroying the lives of many young men when they find marijuana around wherever places where they're lying in and cry down 3, 4, 5 people, a whole household. But when it by Kamala, the TTPS want 2 years to test the substance. We have to literally beg all you to tell us what it was. And people coming and talking a pack of rubbish. Bring down the government, guys. You have information, bring them down.
Leave it there, Chris.
Coming and full up players with the bag around. You come in and fill it up with.
Leave it there, Chris.
Yeah, they are leaving it.
Caller, good afternoon, caller. Welcome.
I go to Mr. Bill. You realize we under curfew. The more crimes have, the more people will stay inside. The less what the police will have to do. You understand? And we under curfew, so it come as though we guarding ourselves. They're not doing nothing. What they're doing is coming in daytime and giving us tickets for everything. That their work now. And the next thing too, when Gary Griffith was in office, COVID make him look good. You see COVID make him look good. You understand? Because everybody was inside for COVID. My friend have a go there.
You too. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dean.
Good afternoon.
Well, I'm sure you and the boss, let's have discussion at some time. I'm sure you heard about Nigel Snipe. I'm very sure that you know that I, as a person, do not come with any falsification, lies, or anything like that. So I want to know, if a man could jump up and say that I wasn't a talk show host here, I tell him myself, then apparently I like corn soup a little more than him. You see, when these people want to lie and falsify, they don't say anything. He's not telling you that he had my son working for 6 months under the UNC to get a job, and he couldn't even get not even 1 day. But he tell you how much people, Kamala, go out to get employment. So I guess my son wasn't a citizen or is not a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Remember the name Nigel Snipe. He was one of the supervisors in 91.9, right? So then you could check it. We had Warrior Princess and all these scholars and them. So whenever these people and them want to talk, then I want to know something. You know that all downtown people would be selling, and you hear that they normally sells clean. I want to know if you could tell me where I could get good things to eat, because sometimes I have to eat out. Thank you very much for allowing me this contribution. You hear my identity? This is how I identify myself. Thank you very much for allowing me this.
Caller, good afternoon.
Dale, I don't normally call back programs, but Dale, I am going to put $250,000. Let me repeat this. I'm going to put.
Hello?
Mr. Bacteria. All you have to do, give me the wire transfer number or the routing number, and I will deposit 250,000 TT in his account. If he could prove that Anselm Libon was on any program telling any UNC people not to vote for Kamala Prasad-Bissessar or to vote for Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, and Dale, listen to this. If you want to help him, Dale, I will give you a 20% finder's fee of that $250,000.
Well, shit, all I want you to do is it have a young lady that needs some groceries.
Dale.
I want you to send money for that. I don't want that. I don't want no bacchanal.
Dale, we go talk about that at the side. Dale, we go talk about that at the side.
Yeah.
I go deal with you with that. I go handle that. But Dale, you see when people are trying to lie and impugn your integrity, your integrity is all you have. And I want to tell him, $250,000 TT in his bank account. There he could give you the routing number, give you the wire transfer number, give you the video, and give you whatever it is. And this fella from Chumaka Clavantil will deposit 250,000 TT in his bank account. There you could talk to me off here, and I go handle the situation. Mr. Bacteria, 250,000 TT in your bank account. If you could prove this fella, Anselm Libon, better known as Wall Street, from Chumaka Clavantil, building 1 apartment 21, was on any radio station, WZYE 95.9 FM, WZYE TV on YouTube, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, telling people not to vote for Kamala Prasad-Bissessar or to vote for Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. Mr. Bacteria, the ball is in your court now. We're going to prove how much it has lied. Dale, thank you very much. Dale, you could contact me. You have my information. Bye-bye.
Caller, good afternoon.
Mr. Edwards.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Edwards.
Yes, good afternoon.
There's a revolving 250. How much years I hear by everything? I put in 250 and it could never reach. The only thing we reach is the hampers, where they talk about for years. They give people some hampers and have to talk about it for years. The hampers gone flush and they still talk about it for years. $250,000 revolving now. Have a good evening.
Wall Street, let me tell you one thing. I have one thing to tell you. So a man thinketh, so is he. And that is fact. Fact check it. Check your Bible. Check yourself.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, Dave. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
No, Dave. Boy, Dave. It's really not anyway. Let me get into that. Then I want to drop in one type of video that I did with Mr. Philip this week, some time ago. In that whole video there, the man was trying to ask how much for a space in the airport. I and all would like to know. That man do that whole video. and we never get an answer. So this is my contribution to talk to Choke now. So it's a video earlier on this week. You can like look it up for me. I don't want to know what is the price for a space in the airport for where I could travel. Little thing, you know what I mean? These are business part too. And so then, thanks for taking my call, and that might be this afternoon. So
yeah, all right.
9 FM, I love you.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I hear you breathe early at the breather now. Yeah. I never know Mr. Pollaston as no talk show host. And I don't call the radio. Right? And every evening for about 2-3 weeks, he doing the same thing. Gosh, I can't get fed up by it, you know. Some people just get sickening when they're old. Some they say when they're young. Oh, God, man. How much time you tell me that? Sure.
God, Father, what should I commit today? Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Listen, I know we don't have much time. Last week I was listening to the parliamentary channel, all right? And I was hearing a debate going on and where Mr. David Nacken make his contribution, and then the Minister of Sport, I forget his name, made his contribution, all right, concerning the Pantrin Bigo land in Trinity or somewhere up there. And what came out from the enhanced was that the Pantrin Bigo never had a document, a legal paper document stating that the land is theirs. All right? And then now I'm hearing on the program from 4 to 7 that they had a lease. I don't know, because I know what the Minister of Sport gave out in the Parliament is in Hansard. So if there was never any paper document, so I would like to know if you could do some research for me to find out if in fact there was a lease document for it, because I don't know how to think that information, because from my experience in listening to the shows, these two presenters from 4 to 7, they're giving a lot of misinformation. And somebody should be able to fact check them. Have a good evening.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon again. It is, you know, up to now we have a former Pantrin Bigo president saying what the minister is saying ain't true. So they put out some piece of paper like it resurrect from where peace break out here, peace break out there, and a newspaper article and tell them, that is it. I have to be done. I tell them, who back in that? If that is the case, the opposition leader now was in charge of that then. She had rights over that, so she should be saying, look, you see that thing on Facebook there? That is what I did. So what the minister saying in the parliament, they could have said that right there then. And so, Mr. Wall Street, I'm not studying you. You was supporting what the man from here name, Russian Parry, and telling us to support Parry. So once you say that, your views was against who? That the opposition leader? Adele, if you telling people to support the opposition leader is supporting the star team, so who you against, Dale? Boy, Rocks, I tell you, your intelligence, your doctorate, it's false. So you take the 250,000, I don't want it. You bring it to Trinidad. I keep telling you that every time you throw that offer, you want to run a race from up Frederick Street to down. That is wasting time. You take the 250,000, buy a piece of land, build a building, send the computers that you're talking about, and open the center. Not so there?
Leave it there, Partner.
Enjoy evening.
Yeah.
Yes, well, good afternoon to you, Dale, and to Trinidad and Tobago. Now, yesterday, the police made a big drug bust. Police said they have made major breakthrough with the seizure of around 4.5 million worth of cocaine hidden in hair products and the
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Dean.
Good afternoon.
Well, I am so fed up hearing this man from Chumaka promising to send money to help Trinidadians, especially those of Chumaka. And all he does be doing is talking. Look, man, just send the damn money and hush now. You making people shame. Who went to the university you say you went to? Gosh, man, I never see a Otis dumb Negro like that man from Chumaka. Gosh, man. They look, try reach home safe. Yes, man, I so disgust of this idiot. Wow.
And bees, rivers and seas, pretty woman bringing man to the knees. Treasures of this blessed land we always neglect like ISO and pan. I find it so strange the way we.
The 4 p.m. news is up next. Yeah.
To some change by just mean a new cow could mean less than $1. To most change have this nice scent we usually get from the government. You see, change is something we always say, but every time
expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Shed it live. You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Are you just tired of bad news in your communities, TV screens, and newspapers? Well, I have good news for you. Introducing Positive Corner with Naka every Tuesday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Highlighting young, vibrant, and future stars spreading our nation's banner across the world. Telling their story about their journey to success and overcoming the negativities that plagues our land. Come, let's sit, discuss, have a few laughs, but at the same time learn something new. Every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Positive Corner, where challenges are opportunities for growth.
It's been a long time.
Explosion.
May I represent for my people them?
Summer.
Ladies, if you love alkaline streams.
Stay.
It's just a new thing, a new generation. That's what I say.
The biggest dancehall concert in the country is back. On Saturday, August 10th, we head to the concert capital, Queen's Park, Savannah, for the greatest concert experience of your life. Magnum Explosion Summer Stage presents Generations, the journey of dancehall. Get ready to take flight with our all-star cast performing live. Alkaline.
Hey, Trinidad, August 10th, we're going on a journey. The journey of dancer, Queen's Park, Savannah, Summer State Generation. Hey, Magnum Explosion. Make them know, you know. Live performance by Alkaline.
Alkaline.
Hold up. Remember me tell you, say no fit trust Babylon. Them no know justice, them a bogus. One bag of workers,
The most talked about concert of 2023 is back again. Get your tickets now. Saturday, August 10th, Magnum Explosion Summer Stage presents Generations. It's
emancipation time again. Come join us as we commemorate 186 years of emancipation with the 2024 Pan-African Festival TT, commemorating emancipation at Lich Yasu Omowali Emancipation Village, Queen's Park, Savannah, from July 27th to August 2nd. Come and shop at the biggest African market in the Caribbean, where you'll find the largest collection of African-inspired art, craft, jewelry, clothing, educational materials, and food. Enjoy 6.5 days of activities for everyone, including workshops for children, entertainment, jazz, pan, tambu bambu, calypso, rapso, reggae, dancing, and drumming. Open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Admission free until 3 p.m. After 3 p.m., entrance fee $40. Children under 12 free. Let's meet up at the village, July 27th to August 2nd. The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, moving forward with our heads up.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. And joining me
will be Little Mike as we discuss tips on taking you from zero health to optimum health using different protocols and techniques. Trinidad and Tobago. Join us every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. on the Street 91.9 FM for
Health Talk with Big Mike. It's not where it is, it's here it is. Boom!
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. All on Facebook, share the live. All on IG, share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. You listening? Listen now.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
I want everybody to share the live. Downtown Posse have to share the live. Uptown Posse have to share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. Tobago, share the live.
The following is a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM. Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com. news from the street. 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon, I am Dale Edwards with your 4 p.m. news on the street 919 FM, broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook, and the street 919 FM on conventional radio, and of course our mobile app. In the headlines, Faizabad Bridge collapses, more than 40 residents marooned. Parry calls for the clarity over HSF withdrawal. Hair Products Cops fined $4.5 million worth of cocaine and suspects held. More treaty cups for Sister Isle. And internationally, all civilians in Gaza City ordered to leave. And now the news in detail. Close to 40 residents in the Faizabad community were marooned in their homes on Wednesday morning as a damaged bridge at St. John's Branch trace in the vicinity of the floodgates collapsed, isolating some 7 homes. According to MP for the area, Dr. Lakram Budu, in an update on social media on ill resident was unable to seek medical attention this morning as the bridge is now impassable to vehicles. He said this has occurred despite numerous representations to the authorities to correct the situation before it became a disaster. Budu noted further that a temporary crossing measure was put in place by way of a boat volunteered by a resident of the village. He said in addition, the crew of the disaster management unit from the Superior Borough Corporation were on site cleaning the riverbank to allow safer access. However, Budu said a more permanent solution is needed urgently. Budu also said water connectivity in the area has also been affected. In more news, Member for Parliament Mayaro Rushton Parry says the recent withdrawal of US $160.38 million from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund by the government should sound alarm bells across our nation. According to the HSF quarterly report on the Ministry of Finance, in a media release on Wednesday, when the information was made public, Parry said this significant depletion of our national savings raised serious concerns about the PNM's physical management and misplaced priorities. He added speculation suggests this withdrawal may be intended to cover public sector salaries, which starkly highlights a dire cash flow crisis. Continuously tapping into the HSF during non-crisis periods is not only unsustainable but also exemplifies the Rowley administration gross mismanagement. This reckless approach imperils the long-term stability and economic future of Trinidad and Tobago, and as a result, the MP has called for full clarity on the matter. Going further in news, police said they've made a major breakthrough with the seizure of around $4.5 million worth of cocaine hidden in hair products and the detention of a suspect in connection with the fine. In an update, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service said officers executed an intelligence-led operation on Tuesday, resulting in the seizure of $4.5 million worth of cocaine and the arrest of a key suspect. The TTPS said officers seized a total of 3.25 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value of over $4.5 million. The TTPS said the driver, a man from Point Fortin, was arrested and taken to the San Rafael police station for further inquiries. Commissioner of Police Earl Herwood Christopher said intelligence gathering is critical in disrupting criminal activities. Intelligence gathering is the cornerstone of effective policing. It allows us to anticipate and disrupt criminal activities before they can inflict harm on our communities. The success of this operation underscores our critical intelligence in our fight against crime. In further news, more Trinidad police are to be deployed to Tobago. This was one of the major decisions taken at yesterday's meeting of the National Security Council in Tobago, which was charged by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and attended by the THA Secretary, Fali Augustine. Minority Leader Kelvon Morris, National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines, Commissioner of Police Ula Christopher, and other top brass in the TTPS. Speaking at a news conference following the meeting at the office of the Prime Minister, Central Administrative Services, Tobago, the Prime Minister said he was advised that 90% of the officers who are policing Tobago are Tobagonians. Rowley said the Chief Secretary had undertaken to work with the central government to do some fast tracking of improvement of accommodation so that the short-term rotation of police officers to Tobago could be facilitated. The Prime Minister said he wanted to tell Tobagonians not to see this as an imposition or as a trampling of their rights and privileges of being Tobagonian. Dr. Rowley added that it was not that Trinidad had perfected its own policing, but the NSC believed Tobago, with its peculiar smaller population and its geographical isolation, should not be overrun by criminal conduct. The Prime Minister also described said crime situation as very troublesome and very worrying. And internationally, the Israeli army orders all Palestine civilians to leave Gaza City as it strikes headquarters there. A day after at least 27 people were killed and 53 injured in an Israeli attack on a school housing displaced civilians in Khan Yunis. 4 schools have been hit in as many days as Israel has forced thousands of Palestinians to flee Khan Yunis and Gaza City, and last 3 key hospitals have been forced to shut down in northern Gaza. The attacks have been carried out as another round of talks to try to end the war in Gaza, to begin in Qatar on Wednesday after discussions in Egypt. Israeli Defense Minister Gallant says that 60% of Hamas fighters have been killed or wounded since October 7th. At least 38,295 people have been killed and 88,241 wounded in Israel's war on Gaza since October 7th. The death toll in Israel from the Hamas-led attacks on October 7th is estimated at 1,139, and dozens of people are still held captive in Gaza. Now let's take a look at sports and the weather. Now in sports, Samara Ramnath shown with the bat and ball to lead TT to a 6-wicket victory over Windward Islands when round 3 of the West Indies Rising Stars Women's Under-19 T20 Championship continued at Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Taruba on July 9. The off-spinner wreaked havoc with the ball and took a mesmerizing 3 wickets for 5 runs from 4 overs and was key to restricting the visitors to a paltry 69, batting first. TT defending champions made light work of the target as opener Ramnath led the host to a victorious 61 for 4 with her top score of 28 not out. That's all for sport. Now time for a look at your weather. In the weather today and tonight, Trinidad and Tobago and the Windwards mainly will be fair, but has a chance of hazy despite few brief showers. Interruptions, and in the nighttime will be mostly fair with a light breeze. There's a significant concentration of Saharan dust present. Sensitive persons should take necessary precautions. Expect a partly cloudy with lighter moderate showers and a medium chance of the isolated thunderstorm gradually transition to fairer conditions by later on this afternoon despite the out showers. And your temperature Forecast maximum temperature in Trinidad is 33 degrees Celsius and Tobago 32 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate with waves between 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Recapping the headlines. Faizabad bridge collapse, more than 40 residents marooned. Pari calls for clarity over HSF withdrawal. Cops fine 4.5 million worth of cocaine in hair product. Suspects were held. And more training cups for Sister Isle. And internationally, all civilians in Gaza City ordered to leave. That was your news to 4 p.m. on the Street 919 FM. Do have a fantastic afternoon. Up next, TC and Heavy Duty.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.